What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 5 game development live stream, where we're working back in our Gas Course project. Action game built from scratch, of course, using Unreal Engine 5, the gameplay ability system plugin, C++, blueprints, and all of that good stuff. So today, I want to hopefully, quote-unquote, finish the healing aspects of stuff, because at this point, I'd like to move on to other stuff, and I know I sometimes get hyper fixated on some stuff. So we fixed the area of effect things, and so I'd like to just finish up being able to create like a helper function for healing, so that we can do it with like an array or a target handle, because I believe I have something like that. Let me open up, let me do a couple things first. Let me get my spawner here. Let's just spawn one dude for the time being. And now I think I have it inside of my ability for the player. Like I have a targeting kind of thing where you have to confirm the target and it'll deal damage to people in there. So the aimcast example, I believe. So yeah, so apply damage to target handle, right? So let's look at how I'm doing that one. And I should be able to make like a healing equivalent. So there is already one. Okay, okay, I just wrote return true. Okay. So what does, like, because I'm also wondering if I need to like specify in like a payload to say, hey, do you want to be healing enemies, for example? I feel like that would be a good thing to do within when I like refactor this into its like own subsystem. Because right now I'm not really doing it. Like there's applying healing over time as well, which I'm assuming I didn't do. I did. I don't know if it worked though. So yeah, these functions don't really say if you want to heal enemies, because maybe you don't, but it would be nice if it was an option. So we'll make the assumption that we want to add it later, because I think it's important. And same thing for damage. If we want to have friendly fire on certain damage types, I'll have to explore that a little more. We'll do that later, like I say, because maybe we do at some point, right? And of course, we're gonna just do our due diligence here. Have the AI write our comments for us, because fuck it, why not? And then should be able to quickly write this helper function, apply healing to target data handle. And we should be able to more or less copy what is happening here under apply damage, right? So we gotta go like this, and we're gonna find our apply healing, which is here. And we're just gonna change a bunch of crap, right? So we'll change this to be healing applied. And we'll pass that along like this. And then we'll say, instead of apply damage to target, I should say apply healing to target. And yeah, we're gonna need, because yeah, like at this point, I don't know if we need, because I was also thinking if we would want to show on the UI healing factors, like, because when you deal damage, you'll see the damage numbers, but maybe when enemies are healed, you can also see the healing numbers. So maybe we could also work on that today, because I don't know if I need to pass along damage context or anything. I think I just need the target handle. So for now, it should be something like that. That might be it. So let's do a recompile. And yeah, we'll have to, I guess we're gonna have to look into our damage numbers. See what we can do there, because it's all in code now. So we'll see what we can do. I also have to remind myself the pipeline here. Because yeah, we apply healing to target, apply healing to target internal, blah, blah, blah. We do all this stuff. We go all the way here. Apply spec to handle. I just can't remember. So damage. You're really doing. Are we constructing an event? Because I feel like it. I feel like that is done. I think it will probably be. Yeah, I wonder how I'm gonna display this, because I would want the healing that happen. I don't know if I want the healing, damage numbers to exist for when the player is receiving any kind of passive. But maybe it could also work for the player where it's like active healing or something. But it would be nice to get this visualized on enemies. And again, I think it's all happening in. It's under my. There's damage and healing executions. So basically, when I'm dealing damage, we eventually construct the event to both the target and source. So maybe we can send it to the source as well, like saying like, okay, I received healing. Or like, because also I don't know if we care too much if the player was the instigator of it. Like, should we always be sending this information to the player? It's a question for another day, I guess. And I wonder if I should make like a separate class for healing, because the damage numbers, I guess they would all kind of work in the same way, and healing is like a different type of damage or something like that. But nonetheless, let's replace this. Let's just do apply healing to target handle, just to confirm that this works. And there's the data, right? So yeah, what we have to do is deal some damage to our enemy. So I'm gonna use my range here, that, and then before I die, cast this. I'm gonna press E, and yeah, it heals, right? So it would be good. Also, I don't know where this log temp is. Crap. We'll have to figure that out later. But yeah, that's the idea. So I wonder if I can. So we know it works, but for the sake of testing the healing numbers, maybe we can do something here. Because I believe I have this ability, like the healing number. Not the healing number, damage number. So there should be like a GA received damage number, and this gives all of that. Yeah, we can get rid of this. And then there's the on damage dealt callback, which is in C++, which then broadcasts this on damage dealt payload. And I guess I'm listening to this in the C++ class, if I'm not mistaken. Guess not. Let's look at my... Should be like a HUD, right? HUD, damage number, damage panel, right? So damage panel should be kind of where it is. Yeah, right here. So we're getting that information. And so yeah, something tells me like I should... Oh, bonjour. Something tells me maybe I should make like an additional damage number, like a healing number. That maybe extends from this. Sort of damage calculations. Yeah, I'm trying to consider if we want to add like healing numbers as well as damage numbers, because we can have cases where I'm dealing damage, whatever, and then maybe I would want to see, I healed him and I can see like the healing amount or something. I'm wondering if that's something that's we want or even need. I think it would be cool. So I want to try that. And again, I don't know if I should be using damage number, but there is this whole like damage number thing. There's a data asset, UI damage, thus there's damage type colors. And maybe I could have like damage.type.healing. It might be a little like weird, but maybe that is okay. So let's look at our native gameplay tags, because we have our damage types here somewhere, right? Maybe I can add damage type.healing. And then, so totally, if healing comes from sources such as tree, skill, or weapon mod, reinforce the player what they had chosen actually works. Yep. Thank you for the validation. So yeah, let's try it. That's the beauty of working on a project on your own. You could just try things out and see what happens. You don't have to go through a bunch of checks here. You take responsibility for it. So here's our damage types. Let me make sure I spell it all correctly here. Also soon, I'm thinking, yeah, and not having to involve a million people. Yeah, so soon I'm gonna be upgrading to 5.6, I believe. Just to get the latest on some stuff. I believe I'm just on 5.0 on this build, so it'd be good just to keep jumping full versions. So most likely off camera I'm gonna do that because it takes a long time. But now we have our damage type for healing, right? So I should be able to go into our healing execution. And this is what the tricky part is. Like, what would be the best way to send this event? Because right now I'm sending this lifesteal payload. It gets sent to the person there, but I would always want to send a healing. Any new toys you're looking forward to in 5.6? Not really. I want to see what updates they've made for State Tree. And I want to see... because like right now I don't really need all of those fancy features that they have. Like I watched the... I was listening to the streaming talk from Yadek. And yeah, that's some crazy shit. But I don't need any of that stuff right now. But, any kind of optimizations they can make that I can kind of piggyback off of, I'm down for. But on the onset, nothing really comes to mind. So yeah, let me see. I got it. Because like, no matter what the healing is, I want to show it to the player. So I feel like I should be sending them. Like, but the question is, how do I get the player? What's the best way here? Yeah, I don't need them yet. Soon enough. Because yeah, this is also lifesteal information. The experimental gameplay camera system is pretty interesting. 5.6. I know they had. I think they had it in 5.5. No, is it this plugin like the gameplay cameras one? I'm guessing they've made updates to it, obviously, so maybe it's a little more interesting and easy to use. I want to get into it, but there's just a million things I have to do anyway. Okay, it's been updated. Awesome. So let's see. Because I wonder, because again, this is the lifesteal, which is fine, but maybe I have to construct this in a different event. I guess, yeah, because I'm not multiplayer, maybe I don't really care about it, so I could say something like, you know, if a gas force player character, I guess, equals U gameplay statics, get player character. Am I able to get the world here? Yeah, get world. 0. If all that. Gotta also do a cast. So get world. Function has one argument. Get world need. Thank you. Do I have too many parentheses or something? What's wrong? One more? Not enough parentheses, you say. So if that's valid, then I pretty much have to do a lot of the similar things here. Except, yeah, like, I guess my received damage here has this event on damage dealt. Maybe there needs to be another event. So like event, because I'm not receiving the healing, I'm just getting the data that someone else got healed, and we display it on screen. So I feel like I might need another event. So let's look back in our tagging. So yeah, gameplay on healing. Guess that's okay. Is that the one that I have here? Yeah, event on healing. So I guess I could also listen for that. On healing. I would just need to like kind of write this down somewhere that it's not my healing. So we'll say F gameplay event. So target healed payload. And I would have to pass along an appropriate tag here. Because what am I getting when I'm doing the damage number color? So let me look at my damage number UI, because I think I'm doing something in here, right? Not really. What about the panel? Because I'm wondering. Oh no, I'm doing the color in code, I think. So let's look at damage number. I think it's the damage number. So we're loading stuff. We get this, we get this, we get this. We need to set damage value, and then we're getting the color, right? So we're getting the instigator tag. So I think I have to add this thing here. Maybe I could say target field payload dot instigator tags dot add, and then dim. Okay. The AI and autocomplete did that for me. So what I need to do now, I have to get the player here. So what I need is, instead of target ability system components in that event, I have to say like that. I don't know if I really care about target instigator. Like I still wonder if it's a good idea if it should be all healing that's occurring and you're seeing that, or if it's only all the healing that you're seeing or you're instigating. Yeah, if you ignore the semantic, isn't healing the same as the damage? It pretty much is, you know? It's just negative damage. You have to get your head out of that mind space, you know? All damage is healing, you know what I mean? So this, in theory, should work. What I would need to do now, but I first need to recompile everything because I'm missing these tags. I would just need to add... I would need to add the color into the damage value. And maybe I can... Like, because in the damage number, when I'm setting the text... Right, the damage text value. I'm setting it set text as damage number here. Maybe I can have a check here to say if it's healing or not. So, like, because damage data is a gameplay event data, so I should have instigator tags. So I possibly could say, you know, if it's healing, also add like a plus. So it'd be like plus and then the number. So we'll see if this in general works, and we see the number and it's green. And you know, we'll kind of go from there. There's another possible thing that could go wrong is I don't know if I'm passing in a location. So that might also get lost in the sauce. Let me open it here. So we know a few things. We know the location could be a problem. And we know the numbers in general might be a problem. So let's add it to our mapping here. So let's do healing and spell. So damage type dot healing. And then color, you know, obviously as green as we can get. And now let us confirm in my ability here, I'm still healing. So let's see what happens. So I'm gonna hit you twice or 3 times, 4 times, why not? And now let's slow down time. Let's execute this thing. And let's see. Okay, so we didn't see anything. So what I'm gonna do... So it says a null object was passed as a world context object to UEngine get world context. So there is some issue. So let's break this down. Let's do it from here. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna... So grabbing that. Okay, so we're not... So that always seems to fail. Is my game gonna crash? Okay. Alright, I'm seeing some numbers. But yeah, the problem is that's my healing. So yeah, this so there's a couple problems, I guess. We only want to send this. So how does passive healing work? Let me put a breakpoint. Oh wait, no, I know the reason why. It's because I'm sending this here as well. So I think we need to have a different event. So maybe I could say event gameplay dot on target healed. Maybe. We need to go into the header file. Or no, yeah, I should be sent that. Let's grab you. So that's that. I'm gonna have to recompile anyway, but what I need to be sure of is so if their character that the bug the world, and then I gotta just say, like, because I'm curious if when I am doing the passive healing, good day, si brate, hello. What's up, my brother? Hope you're doing good. So I gotta maybe do a check to see if the player is neither the target or the instigator. I guess as long as the player is not the target, right? So maybe I can also say, so if player can blah 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 blah. Maybe I can say if player character is not equal. I think that's okay. I could be making a mistake here. Let's try to compile that. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I'm good, man. Just hanging out. Taking it day by day. Living la vida loca. As one does. Then yeah, eventually I want to make sure I get to this breakpoint at some point. And yeah, we got to update the ability event. And I think that's it. Like the first test is to deal damage and see if we get to this, because if we deal damage, because we do have passive healing and stuff like that, and we do want the passive healing to show on the UI for the player. You know, you'll see these little, you know, health plus signs kind of going up by the player's UI bar here. So yeah, let's reopen everything. I hate that they're opening up on screen. Let's go open this one, this one, this one. don't need fab, we don't need editor preferences, we don't need plugins, right? So we go here, we update this one, and we're saying on target healed. And now we're gonna hit them. Okay, great. We're not seeing any numbers. But now if I use this, I hope I get a breakpoint. We don't. Okay. So what is wrong? So I'm gonna try this again. Press 3, we don't get anything. I do that, I don't get anything. I do this, oh, I don't have any resources left. Do this, still don't get anything. So something strange is happening. I'm just gonna start off with this healing thing. We get here. So, like, get world, I guess, is not valid or something. I'm not sure. Maybe getting world from here is a bad idea. I feel like, do I get anywhere else world in here? I don't think so. Trying to see, it's like I can maybe get the world of the source actor or something. Maybe I could say source get world, and that'll get me where I need to be. Let's do a recompile here. Do you use hot reload? Sometimes it is better to directly test it from writer. So I use hot reload whenever I'm not making changes to header files. Hey, thanks for the follow there, Creative Griffins. Much appreciated. Only when I'm changing just source files do I use it, because I know sometimes dealing with, and maybe this is an old thing, it doesn't happen anymore, but I've had bad experiences with making changes to header files and then doing hot reloads. Okay, so we got here. So we got that far, which is awesome. So let's deal some damage, and then do some healing. Okay. Oh, hot reload is not as required as long as you don't. So let me see. Hot reload is not required as long as you don't modify .h. No, so basically, like, maybe I'm wrong, but when you're changing things in header files, you shouldn't use hot reload because it causes problems. I don't really know the reason why. Only when you're making changes within source files, I believe it's safe to do a hot reload at that point. Otherwise, just fully recompile, but I could be wrong. So let's see, do we get to this point? Doesn't seem like it. So let's breakpoint again. And the second one I got about gas, he's mostly compiling from writer. Okay. So here. So player character, is it? Interesting. Doesn't seem like I'm getting the event. Right? Just to be safe, let's just do another recompile and just double check ourselves before we riggedy wreck ourselves. Yeah, because like the next steps, like I said today I was gonna do some just design work, but I kind of wanted to get my hands dirty in some code, so here we are. Yeah, we have quite a backlog of stuff that we need to do. Like right now, we did this add healing to target helper functions and stuff, so I could technically say we're complete there. But yeah, we want to try to add sprinting maybe. I need to clean up camera settings, figure out my block and parry mechanics, do all that stuff. So quite lacking. That's okay. Let's do that. So we get here. So we drop in. Okay, so do we see player character? I don't understand why it says identifier player character is not available, possibly due to compiler optimizations. Why? Something is not working like I thought it would. Excuse me. Let's see. Because, like, I really want to think about it. Like, if I see, like, the use case in my mind is like, do I care, visually and numerically about a target healing another target where the player is not involved at all? Do I care to show that healing factor or value to the player? I want to say yes. And if that is the case, then the player is not involved at all in this execution, nor he's not the target, nor the source. So I gotta figure out what is the best way to get the player character. Because based on what Chat GPT is saying, it's not an object tied to the world, so using get world or view gameplay statics get player character won't work correctly or at all. So how best to access player character then from this kind of class? That's the question. Again, I do not want to rely on the source or target actors here. Because it seems like ChatGPT here is saying to use that, and I don't want to. Let's see what it says. So we know that it's not a world-bound thing, so we can't really use those things. So if you must access a specific player, you have two real options. Use tags or attributes. If you try to customize the behavior for a specific player type, use gameplay type. So store a reference in effect context. You can extend the F gameplay effect context to carry a custom actor reference like player or controller, then access it from calculation. Let's see. So why do you want to access the player character if the effect doesn't involve the player in any way? For the UI? Yes. Just for general feedback. And maybe it's not necessary. Maybe it's not a good idea. But, say I'm fighting multiple enemies Obviously, they have the health UI, right? You'll see everything, but maybe you want to see some stuff at a glance, where you know you're fighting a guy, and then you have some like long range spellcaster guy who's like throwing heals at this other target that you're fighting. So you might want to see numerically what these values are, to better kind of gauge the situation. Okay, I have maybe an idea. Maybe, and this is probably going to be a dumb idea. Let's see. Because there's this receive damage number ability. Maybe I can have so GA receive healing number. And in here, oh yeah, let's get rid of this breakpoint. Copy this index, delete this. Delete this one. This. And what I could do is say, can I get player character? I could also say get target threat or something, but maybe we'll have multiple teams or something like that. So get player controller. Let's get player character, get controller. And cast to gas force player controller. Maybe I could do something like that. It's kind of ugly. I don't know if I want to do that, but hey, let's try it. And then I can take this ability, and there should be ability set for dummy, and we can grant this ability as well. And then I should be able to go in here. Instead of doing all this player character stuff, I could potentially, because I don't want it to be a player here. So I think I want to grab this, right? I'm going to grab, I did grab everything. Grab you. Go like this, no. So I want to say like more or less this, but I want to say, maybe I can say if a gas force player character equals like this. Turn. And then basically I could just do this. So target ability system component. Maybe that's not the best way. So you will have the same problem for damage at some point, right? For damage that doesn't come from the player, like environmental damage. Yeah, I think I would. That's also a solid point. So maybe I'm kind of digging myself in a hole if I'm saying like that. Like, to me as a player, damage not instigated by me onto a target, I don't think is as important, because that's in my favor, and so like I don't truly care. But when something's actively working against my interest, I kind of want to know more details about it. At least that's my mindset at the moment. And maybe just there's so much going on in the long run that maybe none of these really do matter, and maybe it should just really be whatever the player's instigating. But I want to at least try this out and have it, and just maybe evaluate at that point, because maybe this is just wrongful thinking. And there's probably a better way to test this. Because I don't want to do, I want to do not instantiating a variable, so I should be able to say, yeah, this is static class. So I should be able to say if source actor is a player, or I guess I could just say is a gas force NPC base static class. I do this. So let's see if we get anything here. So let's compile. Gameforge, yeah, what we're trying to do now. Right now we are trying to see if we can display healing numbers for when an enemy is healed. Or this could also be the case for maybe not even for enemies. Like maybe we can have, prospects, or just say you can spawn something and like a construct or something, and being able to see how much you're healing it through the UI, similar to how it is for damage. So let's see if we get here first and foremost. So let's wait for him. Okay, we didn't. So who knows? I'm going to get. Let's see. Bam. Okay. You never know what you will encounter or what later designs will be. Maybe it's better to die if the door open for some non-obvious behaviors for those numbers. Yeah, true. Okay, so the source act. Oh, not the source actor. The target actor. Derp. Target actor. Third time's the charm, right? Okay. So F's in chat. Let's see if we get this breakpoint. Okay, we do. And we go here, and it's my player controller. All makes sense. And I saw a damage number. I saw a healing number. Do it again. Yep. Kind of hard to see, but hey, it's something. So our little trick worked. Obviously, I think. Oh, so if total healing is greater than 0, I probably want to do it within here, because I don't think we want to register it. So send healed value to target to slingshot to player. Slingshot to player Y. Let's try that. And yeah, I would probably want to change the damage number animation, and maybe even spawn like a gameplay queue. And maybe we can even do that here. I wonder, I think I might have some asset here. Because yeah, here's my healing icon, but I thought maybe I would have some the effects that would make sense. So Niagara system. There's poison. Health. There's no health, right? Ocean? No. Like, I feel like, yeah, it would definitely benefit from such a thing. I guess I don't have an appropriate asset pack. Let's look at Fab. Because I thought I had something, but maybe I was just looking at something and thought it looked cool and just didn't buy it. So we got the trails, effects. So let's narrow it down to VFX. Stylized explosion, magic bundle. Is this anything? AoE magic abilities. I guess not. Yeah, maybe we would benefit from status effects or something. So there's these healing ones, but I don't know if I need it like that. Maybe we don't have to worry about it at the moment. It's just a nice to have at a certain point. So the next steps I want to do is in my damage number, would probably want to do a check here. Maybe I could say like, you know, if damage data dot instigator tags dot has tag damage type healing. I would want to say so what's the best way to do this? Can I say like f text healing text equals text from string plus maybe that's valid? Let's find out. So we're looking to see if it shows like as a plus sign. Because maybe, you know, in addition to that, we might want to show like a plus icon or something. So now we actually have to deal damage. Then we do this. And nothing happened. So what did we break? So let's go to our... Do we get to here? Boom, boom. Of course we get to here. This is the damage number. Damage is damage received. Healing received. Activate this. We do get to here. Okay, hold on. I think I just saw damage. Wait a gosh darn minute here. So boom, 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 boom. I gotta fix my hit reactions at a certain point, but for now it's whatever. Let's slow down time. Do we see anything? No. Am I taking crazy pills or something? And that. My ability's on cooldown. Resources. Alright. I feel like maybe I'm just seeing things. So let's look. So unfortunately, this won't send anything. And then if I deal damage, we're gonna get that. So move on. If I get here. So what are the instigators? So it does say damage. So it has damage type healing. So what does healing text say? Plus 202. So, like, okay, I see it now. But for some reason, it just doesn't show. Sometimes. Maybe the damage number fails. But also, it's sending a number that I don't like. It's sending like the full amount. So I would probably want to say so float yield value equals what do I want to say? So if the healing value, so if total healing is greater than max health minus current health. So if it's yeah, so yeah, that's I believe correct. So then the magnitude is yield value. Because I would like it to say, you know, say they were only missing 15 health, but this healing thing did like 1,000 healing numerically. I would always still want it to show as like plus 15. So that's what I'm hoping I will get here. But I still have the concern about why the healing number isn't always showing. Okay, so he has 48 health left, so it should say it heals for 52. And it says it healed for 100. At least we're getting a different number. So let's do ourselves a favor. Let's breakpoint that. Maybe that is wrong, which is fine. You know, you're allowed to be wrong. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. So if the total healing is greater than so what is my healed value? So for some reason, it just doesn't like telling me. Well, it says the event magnitude is 47.53. Did I remove this breakpoint? Let's do it again. Does it say 5? It says 97. Let me go here. That, do that. Now you do this. It should be 2. I should get 2 in here. I get 6.5. Is that what shows game? Yeah, it shows 6. Why am I getting such a funky? I wonder. So float yield value is equal to, and then the tertiary operator saying total healing is greater than the max health minus current health, so 100 minus 98, so 2. So if it is greater than that, pass in max health minus current health, or I wonder if I move this here. Does that make a difference, or are we still getting weird numbers? So let's spank him a couple times. 1, 2, 3. Use this ability. And I didn't see a damage number. 1, 2, 3. Again. 49. What? Okay, so maybe... Let me just confirm again real quick. Because maybe it has to do with the UI part. So let me see. So we go 1, 2, heal. Okay, I didn't receive any breakpoint. 1, 2, heal. So I gotta figure out why that fails sometimes. But yeah, so I'm getting 40. Why? Just for shits and giggles, I'm going to send always 3.0. Do I receive that? One, two, three, 4. Didn't get anything. Good luck, bro. I need to go. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for popping in. Have a good rest of your day. Let's try again. Heal. Are we getting 3? We are. And do we see it in the UI? I didn't see it. 1, 2, 3, whatever. Yeah, +3. So something weird is going on. So what? So my current health. On healing. Yeah, I also gotta figure out what's going on here. I'm gonna have to do some logging. So UE log. Log temp warning, sure. And I want to say F. Well, I guess I could say max health. F. Current health. Total healed. diff. Let's give you a fat log. So we're going to say max health, current health, total healing, and then max minus current. Hopefully that's verbose enough. So let's spank. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay, did we get any log? So there's our +3. Okay, so current health for some reason. Okay, hold on. Why was current health so low? I see. It's my health. So why am I getting the source? Why am I getting the source health? It would have to be the target. Let's see what breaks if I make this target. And I feel like the target is the one that has to be all of these things. Let's see what breaks. Because of this change. So we deal some of that, we go like this, we get +3. Okay. I should get rid of this log temp. Where is this log temp coming from? Is it the damage number? But I should have my log. So I don't understand why my current health is 50. Now, is it because it's the player's health still? So I'm going to just back away. No. Okay. I think it's still the players. So who is the target? I guess I could just do this real quick. Should be enough to let me know. I'm gonna go like this, go like that. So target actor is the dummy. So I'm gonna do this. Current health is 100. Max health is 100. Okay. Now let's head him up. Oh. hit him a bunch of times. Now let's put a breakpoint again. Okay, breakpoint again, please. So I'm looking for 91 and 100, right? Okay, so it doesn't like that because I did that. Okay. I'm assuming I can't breakpoint here now. Let's find out. Well, then just do that to me. Now I'm looking for 100 and 100, right? So I have damage to me. So yeah, still getting me. So maybe the issue is with the blueprint. So there, I should still have like a healing execution somewhere. And I know it's going to be in my project settings. Ability system settings, health, healing execution. No, there's no. Let's type in heal. So there's healing execution base. Is this used anywhere? Doesn't look like it. It's like all these should be target, and I wonder if this is the problem. So again, just mess me up, fam. So we get here, so it shouldn't be 50 and 100. It still is. Well, so this one is fine. This one's tricky. Well, let me see. It starts from here, right? So I'm putting this in here. So the instigator is me. And we get all this, and then apply healing to target. We're doing all this, apply healing to target internal. We're doing all this stuff. And so we get to this point, right? So let's double check. Let's go here. We go that, right? So instigator is me. Target is the dummy. All that seems to make sense. Now I wonder if I use this one in my project settings, if it'll make a difference. Doesn't look like it makes a difference. Doesn't seem like it's working anymore. Damage numbers. Why is the damage number not working? No. Okay, so we got there. But yeah, again, these numbers aren't correct. It's me. But I don't understand why. Can I log the source? Yeah, you're right. Typical gas headache. Can I save source? Gotta go. See ya. Okay. Thanks for popping in, Casper. I appreciate it. See you later. So we'll try this real quick, and then we'll have to be wrapping up soon. So we'll have to just see where we land. Because yeah, this is an uphill battle, but you know, we'll figure it out. We're gonna go like this, we're gonna go like that. And yeah. So source, target, like it all makes sense. But like these things are just incorrect. Let me make, you know, the blueprint class will do healing, execution. No, this one. We'll say test or tet. Why not? And yeah, all these are source now. And if I add this to our project settings, for example, do we see anything different? Or no, but maybe that's okay. So like at some point, like at the beginning, like we don't reach this. So I'm gonna put in an else, and then just like a UE log temp warning. That's fine. I want to have a breakpoint here, and I want to see what happens. Because maybe the issue is, okay, so we failed. So static assert failed. Not enough arguments provided to the format string. What happened? Oh, we don't want all of that crap. Let's try that again. Hey, how's it going, Agent? How you doing? So let's go in, do that, go like this, go like that. So we don't get that. So I wonder if maybe this is failing. And it probably is because it's my health and I'm fine. So yeah, current health, max health, but it's not. Well, like, why is it grabbing me as the player? That is so confusing. It's like I'm not. Okay, hold on. So everything should be target, right? And in Tet, everything's still the source. So something is funky. Something is funky, bunch. Is there anything I need to do inside of this? Or minimal? It's like, so the target is the one given. No? This is apply healing to the target. Context handle, add instigator. That's fine. That all seems fine. Very long shot, but is there something wrong with your implementation of ability system interface? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what could be wrong. If you have any ideas, we could take a look. So we have ability system interface. Yeah, let's do a full recompile here, and we'll check one last time, but then we'll have to kind of call it a night. We'll have to get back at this at some point next week, probably. Somehow your enemy somehow returns the player. I don't know. Let's see. I don't think so. But the first thing that concerns me is really the tattoos. Now it says target. Before it wasn't saying target. I'm curious now if this worked. Like I had to do this kind of thing. I'm doing this, and then it shows 3. The first try. Obviously, we don't want it to be 3, but it's something, right? So I'm going to scroll back down. We didn't get to there, which is totally fine. And we're good. Oh, I guess I could check my output log. So now it's reading. Now it's reading the right values. You guys can't really see that, but let's look at it. So I'm gonna speed run like that, and then bam, we get here. So current health should be 2, no, 98. Yes, and max health is 100. So now we should be getting the right values. So that's the danger of hot reloading, I guess. Well, let's nuke you. We don't need this else. I should be able to just do this. And then, yeah, I can delete some of this stuff here I don't need anymore. Did that finish? No, it's probably still going, yeah. Now, in theory, I'm gonna deal a good amount of health damage right now. So he's at 85. I should be getting 15 plus 15. Awesome. So it was a hot reload problem, which is fun. Ironic we get that issue when we had mentioned it earlier, that it could be a thing. I want to figure out what this log text is though. So log temp could be my damage number. So my suspicion is it's in panel. Okay, so it's not there. Log temp. Do we have any sort of number? For the damage number, like the damage execution class, let's log temp. That's fine. So I'm curious. I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna undo that. Okay, now I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hit the guy once. Now I should see 2 errors, so I don't even see one. I'm curious where this log is coming from. So log temp source target. I know that one is back in our healing execution, right? I didn't reload it. But yeah, I'm gonna stop scavenging for this log for now. So we managed to get that done, which is nice. It would be nice as well if we can add like a unique damage number animation to it so it sticks out a little bit more, because maybe it can get lost in the sauce. You know, you're doing all this stuff and then you heal, and a couple different things is green, so maybe there needs to be a stronger outline or something. And we still get our healing on the bottom left corner. You can see like little plus icons and stuff showing. So that all seems to work. 18, right? Okay. So yeah, all these log temps, I don't know where. It's kind of annoying. If I get hit with something, does that? No. If I hit him with something? No. If I heal him with something? Yes. So, what what is it that I'm healing and what that's giving me all those logs. It's probably maybe in my blueprint library. Oh. Log temp. There's only 4. Okay. Maybe it is in my area of effect thing. Reticle. Oh. Tasks, ability, target actor. Log temp. Probably this. It can come from a blueprint too. I don't think it can come from a blueprint because it has the prefix of log temp, which is something you would set in code. If it was from blueprint, most likely it would show maybe just blueprint log messages or something, and you can always use the whole blame or BP blame or something like that. Yeah, bp.blame print string, and you'll be able to see where it comes from. I don't think it's from the blueprint, so just check this, go like this. Yeah, message is gone, so it's from that. Okay, so now that we're not going to drive ourselves crazy, we're able to finish up here for tonight. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Much appreciated. Thank you to you, Rock Hornets, for the follow, and as well as Creative Griffin. It's all very much appreciated. If any of you are interested, you can definitely join our Discord and check some more stuff out. For those watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, and those watching from Twitch and you aren't already following me here, make sure to follow. I try to stream every so often, as much as I can. So there's only a few of us here. There's up to 4, so I don't think I'm going to raid anybody this evening. So thanks again for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good Thursday. Hope your weekend coming up is amazing, and I will see you next time.